On the last video, we set up your variables, so now we're ready to start programming for your host sprite. So my host is Pandy. You're going to want to click on your host sprite, and remember to always double check in your coding area that you see your sprite that you're working on up here. Okay, to start off with, we are going to need an event block. And this one is going to be when the green flag is clicked. When the green flag is clicked, that starts this program. And we want to make sure that all of our variables are set to 0 when someone starts taking the quiz. So we're going to pull over set variable to 0 3 times. And we want to make sure we have in the drop-down menu all 3 of our variables selected. Set score to 0, set clicked to 0, set answer to 0. So this is essentially just clicking or clearing out the last person's information that took the quiz and just making it ready for the new person that's taking the quiz. Now we're going to go to the look section and we're going to choose the say hello for 2 seconds block. This can be confusing for people because it has the word say and it seems like that should be sound or an audio thing. This on looks, when it says say, it means that it'll be a speech bubble and that you can see on your stage. So over here is where we are going to do our welcome sentence. Mine's going to be, welcome to your computer quiz. 2 seconds doesn't seem long enough, so I'm going to make that 4 seconds. Then I'm going to pull over another say hello for 2 seconds. I'm going to introduce my host. And let's make that 4 seconds. You can always play with this timing once you run your program. Then I need one more. I'm going to say, click on me when you're ready to begin. Okay. So anytime while you're programming, if you want to test it out, see how things look, just come over here. You can either click on this script or you can click your green flag and it'll run it for you. And we'll adjust where this speech bubble comes up and everything a little bit later. So don't stress about that if it doesn't look like it's coming from your host's mouth. We'll fix that later. Okay, so we've got our introduction going here. And then you can tell by this sentence what type of event block we're going to need next. We're going to need one when this sprite clicked, okay, because it says click on me when you're ready to begin. So I'm going to go over to events and I'm going to choose when this sprite clicked. And I will start my programming that will actually ask the questions. So as soon as someone clicks it, I want to, I think I neglected to tell you the name of this block. These blocks are called hat blocks when they have these little bumps on top. That's meaning just like you wear a hat on the top of your head, this is a block that belongs at the top of a programming script. So nothing can be added to the top of this. Okay, there's no notch or anything for this to fit together like a puzzle piece. So this one has to be at the top. That's a hat block. All right, back to it. We're going to go to the control section. And we are going to choose a wait 1 second block and drop it in. This is kind of like what we were doing over here with the seconds. You will need to just time it and make it work for you. You may have to decrease this or increase this depending on how you like it to look. Now we're going to ask our first question. So we're going to go to looks. And this time I'm grabbing say hello. Okay, not the one that has seconds. I'm going to just say hello. This is where I'm going to put in my first question. And those of you that have been here and were developing your own quiz, you should have a Google Doc that you can switch over, highlight your first question and the answers. You'll just Control C switch back to Scratch, and paste that first question into there. Now the only thing it doesn't do, it kind of messes up your spacing. So after the question mark, I'm going to put a space, and I have to put my letters in for my choices. So Chrome was A, Safari was B, I want to put a space there. Firefox was C, and Python was D. Okay, so there I'm asking my first question. After a person sees the question, what they have to do is click on what they think the answer is. So here's what it's going to look like on the programming side of things. We're going to choose a control block that's called wait until. Because what's happening is we just wait until the user clicks on a button. And then what we need to do is go over to the operators section, and we're going to pull blank equals blank. Blank equals blank. These are called nesting blocks because they fit inside of each other. Lots of times this is a clue for you how the ends look. Okay. Sometimes that doesn't work, which you'll see in just a second. But sometimes this is a clue as to what type of block goes in there. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to choose when clicked equals 1. Okay. That means when the person actually clicks on a button. Then what I need to do is evaluate if the answer is correct or not. So I'm going to go over to Control, and I'm going to pull out an if-then-else statement. If-then-else. And I'm going to say if the answer equals, so I'm going to need an operator again, a blank equals blank. If the answer equals, and then I'm going to put the numeric equivalent to the answer to my question. Okay. Now you need to look at your question and decide what the correct answer is, A, B, C, or D. On mine, D is the correct answer. So I'm going to put in here not D because variables can't be letters, they have to be numbers. I'm going to put the numeric equivalent of D, which is 4 for mine. Yours may be something different, okay, so make sure you check that. All right, so the next thing is if it is 4 or D, if they get it right, what I want to do is change their score. So I'm going to grab, under data, I'm going to grab change the variable. I'm going to change the score by 20 points, positive 20. I'm going to add 20 points to their score. And then I'm going to say, under the look section, I'm going to say correct. Now, if their answer did not equal 4, or D in my case, then they didn't get it right. So what I'm going to do is say incorrect for 2 seconds. On some quizzes, it might be programmed in a way where they lose points if they don't get it correct, but that's not how we're doing it on this one. We're just going to say incorrect for 2 seconds. Then we're going to pull in another wait under Control, and we'll just hook that into the bottom. And we have our first question asked. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause here for this video just so that it's not too long and go on to the next one.